Welcome to my channel, LaLaReaRea Jewelry. And this video is going to be a DIY on jewelry made out of glass gems. Now, I already have a video up showing you some different pieces that I made out of $1 glass gems. And in that video, I basically at that time, I just tried out the project. It was my first time doing it. I just tried it out and I basically just showed you guys the different things that you can make out of it. And this video is going to be a full DIY on how you make jewelry out of the glass gems from start to finish, because I did ask in a video to my subscribers if they wanted to see a full DIY, and I did get a comment that one of my subscribers did want to see a full DIY, so that's what this video is going to be. And these are the glass gems. They're from the Dollar Tree for $1, and these are the glass gems that we're going to be using to make different jewelry pieces out of. So let's get started. So the items that you're going to need to complete this project is going to be the glass gems, which we'll purchase from the Dollar Tree. And also along with that, you're going to need an oven to bake them. And you're going to need a bowl with ice. And I recommend just using a baking pan that you don't use for cooking. And next you're going to need some clear fingernail polish, which I also purchased from the Dollar Tree. You're going to need acrylic paint brushes, and a cup of water to put the brushes in. And then also you're going to need something to put the paint on. And then also you're going to need jewelry glue. And then also whatever type of base you're going to use for the jewelry pieces that you're going to make with the glass gems. So the first step of the process of making the glass gems is going to be to lay them out on a pan, and this is going to be the process of cracking the glass. So you're going to lay it out on a pan, and I just have my oven set at 350 degrees, and I let that preheat, and I'm going to put this into the oven and let these bake for 30 minutes. Next, you want to get a bowl of cold water, and what you're going to do is add some ice to this water. You want to make it as cold as you can make it. So cold water and ice, and you're going to add the gems into the water, and that's what's going to make it crack from the heat and the cold mixed in together. That's what's going to make the gems have cracks in it. It's the water with the ice in it. You want to store it up to make the water cold, and it's been 30 minutes of the gems baking, so I'm going to add the gems into the ice water. Now I've added the gems into the ice water, and they're cracking right now. Next, you just want to lay the gems out on a towel to dry, and you can see some of the cracks in it. But the next step is going to be painting the backs of the gems, and once it's painted, you'll be able to see the cracks even more. But this is just how it looks with the cracks. So once you have the glass gems completely dry, what you want to do is flip them over with the flat surface facing up, because that's where we're going to paint them at. And the items that you're going to need is some paint brushes and a cup of water, some acrylic paints, and then I have the little the painting thingy to put the paints into. And you're gonna need some fingernail polish. I have this fingernail polish right here that was from the Dollar Tree for $1. And then you're gonna need some jewelry glue. I have this glue right here, but also another good glue is E6000. And then you're just gonna need whatever you're gonna be type of jewelry that you're gonna be making with the glass gems. I have these to do some bracelets out of the gems with, and then I have these different ring posts to do some rings with the gems, and then I have just a flat earring post to do some earrings out of them also. So I went ahead and pulled all of my paint. Oops, it was leaking. But anyway, I have all of my paint pulled, and what you're gonna do is just put your brush into the paint and you're just gonna put dots onto the glass gems. You don't have to do this in any particular order. And since I'm doing a big batch, I'm just gonna work with one color at a time and just put like little dots on each of the gems. And you can do this however you want to do it. The gems don't have to match each other or anything like that. Now if you want to do earrings or something like that, you can make the designs match if you would like, but I just randomly put colors on the gems, and then once I'm done and I start making the jewelry pieces, I just take whatever looks similar to each other, and I'll go ahead and for example, if I'm making an earring out of it, I would just pick what looks similar, but I like to make it in a way that it doesn't quite match perfectly anyway. So all I'm doing is just putting dots of the paint down, and I'm just gonna go in with each color and add it. have all of the larger gems painted, and you just pretty much just randomly put your paint into the brush and just select the different colors of paint that you chose and just put it all over the surface of the flat part of the gem. So I have the big ones done, and now I'm gonna start on the smaller ones. And this is just basically what I'm doing, just putting the paint into the brush, and I just start with one color and I'm just gonna dab it all over randomly, and then I'll just select another color and repeat the same process.
And the gems are gonna move when you're dabbing the paint, so that will help you to get paint all over the whole gem.
So this is how everything looks. I finished painting the backs of all of the gems, and now I'm just gonna let this sit out and dry. It should take a few hours to dry, and then I'm gonna come back, and once the paint is dry, I'm gonna paint this with clear fingernail polish on the backs. So I've let these dry for it's been about 3 hours, and they're pretty much dry. And what I'm gonna do now, before I actually paint them with the polish, I'm gonna run them through the oven for only about 10 minutes. And it's just gonna be to make sure that the paint is all completely dry. And I'm gonna put it back in the oven on 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. So at the 10 minutes, once you take the gems out of the oven, you just want to let them cool down for a few minutes, and then go ahead and grab your clear fingernail polish. And what you're going to do is just paint on all of the paint. You're just gonna paint a coat of the clear fingernail polish. Just like that. And one coat of this should be good, and you just want to do this on all of the gems and then let the fingernail polish dry. So I have the clear polish on all of them, and I'm just letting it dry. It's not going to take long to dry at all, just a few minutes. But I just wanted to show you guys that you paint the back of the gems and everything so that once you turn it over, this is what it's gonna look like. So as you see, it's really pretty, and it looks very nice, totally different than just what it started off as, just the plain glass gem. That's the effect of the paint, and then also cracking the glass. So I'm just gonna let this dry, and then I'll show you guys just how to glue bases on the back of these to make jewelry pieces out of them. So the next part is pretty simple. Once the polish dries, you can go ahead and start gluing the post in the back. So you just want to leave the gems facing down and grab your glue, and you're just gonna simply put a little dot of glue in the middle of the glass gem, and then grab whatever post you're going to be using and sit that directly in the middle of the glue. And what I'm going to be doing with these is going to be some rings and earrings, and I have my bracelets going, and I just glued those flat posts onto the back of the gems. So this part is pretty simple and self-explanatory. And this glue that I'm using, it doesn't slide or anything like that. So once you place the post down, it's pretty much going to stay in place, and you can just keep it overnight to dry. So I'm just going to keep gluing the post on the back of these, and then I'll do a couple of stud earrings out of the small gems. just completed setting my bases with the glue, and this is how it looks. When you're setting the rings, you just want to look at it and make sure that you have the base centered in the middle according to your glass gem, because the glass gems are not perfect circles. They do have slightly different shapes to them, so you just want to make sure that you have that base directly in the middle, however you want it. But you can make sure you have it how you want it before it dries all the way. But this is how it's looking. It's really, really pretty. And this glue is a really good glue because it's gonna hold everything in place although it's not dry. So if you need to adjust anything, you'll still be able to adjust it. And then with the earrings, when you're making a stud, just try to pick colors that look similar to each other so you can make a matching pair. So this is everything, and I am gonna let this sit and dry, and once it's dry, it's pretty much done. But on some of them, like on this one, you have like paint on the edges and stuff like that. And what I'm gonna do once these are dry is get a paper towel or either a cotton ball and some fingernail polish remover, and I'm gonna just clean the surfaces of the gems, because you do get a little bit of paint may have gotten on the wrong areas of it, so I'm just gonna go and just clean it up. But that is pretty much it. This part is very simple, so I'm gonna let these dry and clean it up, and I'll let you guys see the finishing products. So you guys, I've let this dry overnight and everything is pretty much dry. But what I'm gonna do now is just clean up everything, because on some of the gems I did get paint on the top of the gems that's gonna be showing. So I'm just gonna take some fingernail polish remover, and I have some cotton balls, and I'm just gonna clean up that paint that I don't want with the polish remover, and it's gonna come right off. And other than that, everything is done. But that's just a tip on cleaning up that excess paint that may have gotten onto the surface of your gems. So you guys, this is the finished product of how everything is looking. So I have the little stud earrings, I have the bracelet, and then the rings in the smaller sizes and the larger sizes. I really love the colors that I mixed together this time. It came out really, really good. So there you have it, you guys. And these are just 3 different designs that I've made out of the glass gems. But if you check out the first video that I made, which was jewelry made out of glass gems, I do have different designs that I did with the glass gems. So if you want different ideas of things that you can make with these, be sure to check out that video. And thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.